4K, man. 4K all day, every day. Except for still probably not at high detail.
Oh, dude. Try it.
I don't give a fuck.
Thanks, Kevin McLeod.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thanks, Duncan
And
McLeod.
You're welcome for messing your song up.
Yeah. Yeah. Sorry we're on so late, everybody. If you actually care, probably not.
You were on late?
Right. I'm
I
late.
didn't know that.
Ian, you're the father.
No, I mean that's what the people are like. You were on?
Right. You mean this wasn't just recorded and put out there later? People actually listen to this shit live? Probably not. No, I was experiencing actual technical difficulties this week. I was trying to make my fans quieter, and apparently my CPU decided to overheat and crash.
Yeah.
So
That's not good.
Like Ian and I were saying before the show, that makes you paranoid. You're like, what's my temps now? What about now?
Yeah, you're always looking over your shoulder and you're like trying to baby you know?
Yeah, I mean, and I got all these screens. I could put a widget up somewhere, but I just don't want to do that.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
That's right. Well, anyway, let's jump into this before the shit crashes again. It's like your old computer. Oh, it's overheating. Oh, shit.
Yeah. Well, my computer, I remember back when I had to look over my shoulder about the voltage and everything too, because apparently I had, like one of the, like the front panel connectors plugged into a wrong header or something,
Whoops.
Yeah. Cause I think what was it, like the audio thing is like the same as like the USB header, like the shape, and you can plug it in.
Yeah, and you're blind. You're allowed to fuck up like that. Yeah, sure. I mean, why do they make things that can go like the same way, but shit that doesn't matter, it has to go a certain way? Like my SPDIF cable, it only goes a certain way. Why does it fucking matter? It could be like USB-C. Just flip it. Fuck it. Who cares? Yeah. It's a light. Who cares? Nope. It's got to lock on exactly.
And some of them got like tabs and shit where like even though if you're like hanging from it, like upside down, it's not going to come out,
Well, that's when I told you my extensions on my GPU 8-pin, one of them would not clip on at all. And everyone's like, well, you sure you didn't put your EPS cable on? Yeah, I tried the other one. It did the same shit. So when they sent me a replacement, it clipped on fine.
Yeah.
I don't understand.
Well, it's like, I don't understand, like, the old like VGA and DVI things where you screw it in. It's like, what are you going to like throw your monitor around like a mace or something? Because it's like not going to come out then.
Well, if you remember when Linus and the guys were preparing for 10 gig, Anthony had his VGA screwed in and it pissed Linus off. And then Linus hooked up monitor the server and he couldn't get a signal. And he's like, oh, that's why you screw in VGA. And you hear Anthony laughing in the background. No, I actually was just thinking, I have my motherboard for the EPS. It has an 8-pin and a 4-pin. And I told this dude when I was putting it together, he's like, what the fuck? You'll never need a damn 4-pin. What are you overclocking the shit out of it? I go, no, but it's got the option. But I couldn't get it. I couldn't fit it in at the time. I can probably do it when I get into it later, because I'm going to have to re-cable manage that son of a bitch. All the shit's going through the same grommet, and the grommet is bulging, and the whole backside panel is sticking out in the middle.
It just sucks too, because now How brave do you feel now about actually overclocking it and testing its limits?
Oh, I'm not gonna do that. No, no, no. No, I'm not. No.
See, that it ruined it for you now.
I would only do that on something I don't care about. That if it fried, I'd go, eh.
Yeah, but isn't that the whole purpose of getting an AIO is so you have some headroom there?
Well, yeah, but I don't know.
Or you just wanted some nice baller shit, right?
Well, everyone said Threadripper runs hot. You need something that'll handle it. So I was like, well,
Yeah.
I need to max, in case I ever do want to overclock, which I probably don't.
Yeah, I don't know how many. I don't think there's too many, or there's like only like a handful of air coolers for Threadripper, is there?
Noxua makes like 2 or 3. It's either Cooler Master or actually shut up, Ted. So
Okay.
what have you been up to, Ian?
What have I been up to? Oh, I got a list here. I wrote it down.
Oh, hey. I just saw something. Before we get into that, though, we should get into what you're drinking on.
What am I drinking on?
I don't give a fuck.
Soda Talk with Frank and Ian.
I wonder if I could get this all with one hand here.
Sorry, Ian had his drink that he was going to do for the show, and I took so fucking long, he ended up having to get another.
Yeah. No, it was just like it was just my, like my favorite, that pineapple Fanta. I don't, but yeah, for me, it's kind of boring right now. It's just these 3. Pepsi, Mountain Dew, and some toilet water,
So I got my Dew Ice on ice, waiting for in a minute. And I got toilet water for when I feel like I've had enough caffeine for the evening. But then, just for the show...
Oh, what is that?
It's a Ramune or Ramune. I don't know how they actually pronounce it in Japan. I had this the first time when I went to the ramen place with Floyd, and I saw they had drinks, so I grabbed one. And like the one I got wasn't the original flavor. It was like some kind of fruit, and it just had a picture on it, no actual English anywhere. And like the sign above it said lemonade. I was like, sure. So I grabbed it, and I went to open it. I think I told you at the show a couple of weeks ago. You open it, there's actually a technique within the cap. See, what the hell's the peely part? Here we go. You peel the plastic off, see, because it's sealed. That's why I wanted to do this, because like I want to get it unsealed while the show's still starting. So you gotta.
Well, it can't be much more of a pain in the ass than the game fuel.
It's not a pain in the ass as much as it's a thing. It's a experience. So yeah, we all have the stupid bullshits where you got to peel the plastic off. I think like Gold Leaf Tea does that. Like anyway, so you take the plastic off and you go, okay, I'll just throw that shit away. But you gotta be careful. There's an actual little plastic, looks like a cap, because the top is just a blue little rubber nipple looking thing with a marble on it. And then you put this on top of it and you press it down. See if I can do this. I gotta have some force. Hold on.
I thought you did it. Didn't you do that on the show before?
I don't think so.
Or were you just talking about it?
Maybe a bit of both. I have a couple empty ones. I bought them and drank them since, but this is the original flavor. I don't know if I even had this one. But yeah, the shape of the bottle, there's a little, like a figure 8 in the neck. And it's got a little pinch in the glass so the marble doesn't go anywhere and it can't go back out. That's good shit.
You said
Carbonated
that's like a lemonade.
They put it in the thing and said lemonade. It's
Frank's like, I can't put my finger on it, but it's good.
backsplash got me in the fucking face. Yeah, it's like kind of like cream soda a little bit. If I had to compare it to something in the States.
Yeah, I didn't think I'd like it because normally I don't like like vanilla or like cream sodas, but that vanilla orange that I had when they was on, that was pretty good.
Oh, that's right. They have a vanilla orange Coke.
Yeah.
My wife and I saw a commercial and she's like, "What?" I go, "Yeah." I mean, they had the blood orange Diet Coke and shit, if you remember. So I don't know why that's such a surprise. But anyway, that's what I'm drinking. I got that just to be crazy for the show and just to see if it's as good as I remember it.
Is it?
Yeah, it's pretty good. It actually lasted a long time. Like the whole time we were eating, and then the car ride home, I was drinking on it. And it's only 6.7 ounces. But it stayed, I got home, I gave it to my wife. She said, that's not too bad. I said, yeah, and it's warm from being in the car. 88 calories. I was trying to figure out what the calories are. There are 15 calories in Baja Blast Zero, but there's nothing in it. Like, there's sodium, and that's it. So, where the hell is the calories come from? Because Coke Zero or Diet Coke has 0 calories. I mean, there's like, what, 400 or whatever in a regular Mountain Dew, so it's, I don't know.
I don't even try to begin to understand all the ingredients that they throw in there with pop.
But, well, like, no, it shows, like, there's 0 this, 0 that, and the only thing with any percentage in it was sodium. So where the hell are the calories?
Yeah.
Empty calories. Okay, anyway.
I think a good rule of thumb in life is if it tastes good, it's probably bad for you.
Yeah. Or, if it tastes bad, it's probably bad for
you. Yeah.
Where I work, they got some methanol. And I delivered a cold package and some methanol. And I said, yeah, I got a cold one for you. They said, oh, man, I want a cold one. I said, no, but I said, you don't get that one. But what you get is closer to a cold one because it's methanol. So that's actually like alcohol. And they're like, yeah, but this will kill you. I said, well, so will a cold one if you drink enough of them. And they said, yeah, but this one will just kill you if you just drink that much. And I go, that's what we call sipping whiskey. But anyway, so what have you been doing since I interrupted you to get my drink on?
Get your drink on. Get your drink on.
Get your good. Okay.
Okay, so first of all, I was gonna say finally they fucking put that Android 9 on my phone.
Right before it stops working.
Well, no, we're probably about to get the Android 10 or whatever that shit's gonna be, and it's like,
oh, I don't shut up, Ted.
Oh, you got an article. I figured
up,
that.
Ted.
So there's that. It's pretty nice. It's a lot smoother now. I noticed that. But the second thing is I got this nice comfy chair here.
Mm-hmm.
You can see in the background there's my chair that looks pretty, but it's not so comfortable. Look at that shit, man. It's like
a drag racing chair, which is meant to go fast for a short period of time.
Yeah. Well, it's like we were saying last week, you're not meant to be in a car for like hours at end,
Right. I mean, you could be in a car and go 200 miles an hour. You won't want to do it for 8 hours straight.
Yeah. And the, car materials, it's like the padding is like, it's really rigid. Whereas this is like really plush. You can really push in on it. And it's like a recliner almost, They have those like office chairs where it has like a little leg rest or whatever that slides out from underneath it. I didn't see too many of those at Office Max, but this was a pretty good deal, so I jumped on it.
A girl I work with has a little hammock under her desk for her feet.
Yeah, you could get those things. They're pretty.
I've seen it before, but I've never actually seen somebody with one. I thought it was funny.
Yeah. Yeah, I haven't been up to too much else. Also, just been like, I've been really haven't done a whole lot of productive stuff just because I've been into my video games. You know, got the video game bug. Haven't played a whole lot of them this year or anything. So it's like, yeah, with this new Xbox, I've been playing. They had a couple new titles that was on that Game Pass now. They had I forget what the other one was I was thinking about getting, but the main one I've been playing now is they have Just Cause 4. I don't know. I think you mentioned that game before. It's what were your thoughts on that game? Have you played it at all?
No, but it looks really good.
Yeah, they have 3 and 4 on the Game Pass, so like I'm kind of playing both of them at the same time, but it's like there are 4, like the graphics are really good, so it's like I want to play that too, you know. Even though I should play the third one first, so that, you know, because of the storyline and everything, but I'm like, fuck it. Hello? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Frank's gone again. Yeah, this was right before the show. We were, he was freezing a bunch of times, so you might have to bear with us with this shit, man. I don't know. He said his temperatures are pretty good. We were thinking it was the temperatures because, like you were saying, that one time it just his computer just totally shut off. So, yeah. But besides Just Cause, I've been playing the Mafia 3 and the Crackdown 3. It's just like a lot of games to play. I tend to like to stick to like a game or two, you know, before I try to finish it, or before I move on to other ones. I like to finish it and complete it as much as I can before I play anything else. This time, most of the time, I just play one game. But this, hello?
Yeah, sorry, I froze the hell up, and then it said I wasn't connected to the internet.
What?
And I went and checked, and it said I was connected to my. I don't know if that was my other. Or no, that's the non 5G, the 2.4, for whatever reason. I'm like, I didn't select that. I'm on 5. God damn it!
Does your motherboard have Wi-Fi?
Yeah, my motherboard has Wi-Fi.
Huh?
I got an antenna. It's over back there.
By the way, a new Frank just popped in.
Yeah. Well, that explains a lot. A minute ago, I did a speed test and it only went up to 65. Now I'm doing 97. I'll drop out. It like totally dropped. It's like your video connection was lost. I'm like, what? You're not connected to the internet? I'm like, yes, I am. Yes, the fuck I is.
But no, I was just saying I've been playing both the 3 and 4 because I was just like, oh fuck it, they're both pretty good, so. And yeah, I'm still playing the Mafia 3 and the Crackdown 3, which are pretty good too. Normally I like to play the games like I was saying when you were gone. I like to focus on one and then play that until I either get tired of it or I complete it all the way. I don't know. Are you able to like juggle multiple games at once like a lot of YouTubers do?
Nah.
Nah.
You
kind of get focused, huh?
I try to be a completionist. It depends on something new comes out and it looks so appealing that I just stop something else. Like I love Fallout 4, but I haven't played all the DLC.
Oh yeah, they got some DLC already out, huh?
Well, 4 they have. They just for 76. Shut up, dude.
Oh, that's what I was thought you were talking about 76. You said 4.
No, I
was
downloaded all the.
confused.
I got the season pass for 4, which I should have got when it was first announced because it was cheaper. But no, I was stupid and said I don't need to pay.
Right. The only other thing I have going on is I still waiting on that new Xbox controller that I got for my computer. I got the dongle, the wireless dongle for it for PC. That was just a little tiny thing that came in my mailbox, and the actual controller I'm still waiting on it. It said it was supposed to be a guaranteed delivery by today, so I might be getting like a free voucher or something. I have to report it probably tonight. It'll probably get here either tomorrow or Monday. Have you ever had that on eBay? Because I ordered it from eBay, and like if they, that'll say a guaranteed delivery or whatever. I don't know if you've ever gotten it past then.
From eBay or from FedEx?
eBay.
Oh, I don't think I've had a guaranteed delivery from eBay.
Yes, it was a guaranteed delivery, and I remember the one time I think it was either guaranteed delivery or it was like something went wrong and they gave me like a $5 credit or something.
Huh.
So I was like, well, I'll take that. That's fine.
I know with Amazon, we've had to contact customer service. We're like, okay, we got Prime, and now it's like pushed back again.
Yeah, it was last month. Was the first time I actually paid for Prime first, and the very first order it was like a day or two late.
Right. Oh, my wife gets mad. She'll like tell me like, look, why are we paying all this extra, for a service? Because at first they go, yeah, we're sorry, and they go, no, you're going to do something to make the shit right.
Yeah.
Because that's stupid.
Yeah, I mean, it's understandable if the FedEx people can't do anything, but the company themselves, Amazon, can do something to help.
Yeah, usually they'll be like, okay, just cancel your order and then reorder it with the fastest shipping, and they'll comp the shipping.
Yeah.
Which, if the price to buy a new one without Prime shipping is, close enough, then fuck it.
What have you been up to, good sir? I saw that you messaged me before about you found some more RGB options.
Yeah, because like how I was wanting to do more, but I'm kind of limited as to headers on my motherboard.
Yeah, I've been trying to look for what I want is it to be addressable and that goes to the USB.
Uh-huh. Do you have any preference on like software for it, or?
I don't care about that shit. The only thing was is it like there's that $50 one from Corsair, but it comes with shit I don't need, which are the LED strips,
Well, and then the thing is with it that I was finding is everything's going to be proprietary or whatever.
Proprietary.
That's the word. I keep fucking up, forgetting the P in them. Anyway, yeah, like I want just a hub that I can plug into either the addressable or the 12-volt RGB on my board. I don't care which one. And then make it a hub so I have multiple headers come off of it. And then plug my one or two more peripherals onto it that I already have, because like my water pump, my CPU cooler RGB, that's hooked up to my addressable header right now. So all the hubs that proprietary, you can't just connect a 3-pin plug to. I'd be screwed. So I was looking at stuff, and well, I started thinking I might just go with there's different, like I said, the Corsair one, if it hooks up to USB and SATA, and you can use the IQ software. Thermaltake actually has a really cheap hub, but like I said, you can only use it with their accessories. So you pay $15 for the hub, but then you got to buy their shit to go with it. What's the point of that, right?
Right. Well, if worse comes to worse, I'll just get a like a Wi-Fi addressable thing, because they make those too.
Yeah.
Wi-Fi addressable units that you could control through your internet browser, at least,
Right. I mean, there's a bunch of different things you can do. So I was just on like, okay, well, let me see what I can find on, like, I was looking up YouTube videos and Amazon, and just trying to find different things. Like Silverstone makes one that says it's compatible with the Asus. Well, like,
yeah,
okay.
I was looking at, there was like an article on like the top 10 best RGB hubs, but it's like they're so scattered, and it's like each one of them has one thing that you need, but not the other thing, and it's like that. What we need is like an open thing where it could do like addressable and regular RGB, and it's open to other software and open source. But no, everybody's trying to cash in on this while they can, because they're probably like, RGB might not be around forever or something, might as well cash in on it now, so keep everything proprietary.
Right. They're like, no, you want to, well, they, want you to buy their shit is what it is.
Yeah.
So like, I'm like, okay, what do I want? So what do I want to do? Well, I want, just more RGB headers, basically, that won't explode.
Well, the thing I don't understand is why do they make things that are specifically made for computers, but you have to have a remote for it? It's not like you're sticking the shit on your walls or whatever.
Right. You should just be able to go into the software. I mean, and they see they confuse you because they say works with Aura Sync. Yeah, you can control everything that's hooked up to it with Aura Sync, sure, but you can't hook up your own lights. You can hook up their lights.
Yeah.
Like I've got stuff that's already Fantex, branded, and Fantex. I can't use my existing stuff with a Fantex controller because the controller is digital, which is the addressable, which is the 5-volt.
Yeah.
Everything else I have is in there is already 12-volt.
So it's analog.
Yeah, the only thing I had that was addressable was the pump or CPU, because I thought that was all I was going to need. But
well, I mean, I could understand how they could control the shit with like the digital 5-volt, but like I guess the other shit they control is by having like proprietary like connector or whatever for the like the 12-volt, because it's just power signals that go to it. It's not like it's anything special, but I guess they try to get you by having like a weird shape to the thing,
Mm-hmm.
Like, isn't that what you said with the Fantex fans or whatever? You had to get like a separate connector or some shit you were saying?
Yeah, it isn't just a normal 4-pin. It's a locking, clipping bullshit thing. I mean, you can daisy chain them together, which is fine if you've got the amperage, but anyway, by the way, I just did a speed test. This is what I said I've got.
Oh.
Which you remember before when I did speed test, if I was pushing 80, that was humming.
Yeah.
So, I mean, my phone has said that I've had like 130, and I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? But anyway, this is what I was looking at just recently. It's a PCIe card.
Oh.
That should go to this page here to zoom in and show you what it actually does. So you take a SATA power, which that's good. It's not Molex, because fuck Molex, use SATA.
Yeah.
It's got a SATA cable, and then you plug in from the motherboard to the motherboard RGB to the card, And then from the card, it gives you 4 more headers. So then I was reading.
Adjustable headers on there?
No, these are just the 12 volt, which big deal. Each channel provides up to 1 amp daisy chained. But I mean, even still, like I could run, 4 fans now. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I've been going back and forth on an addressable thing. It's like you want to be able to have sweeping animations going along like a Vegas sign or something,
Mm-hmm.
That's mainly what it's good for,
Yeah. I mean, my thing is I just want everything
Animations.
to be, consecutive. Like,
Got to be oh, you mean consistent?
yeah, same shit. Both being same. Because
well, consecutive means one after another.
well, yeah. Yeah.
Shut up, Ted.
Shut up, Tit. No, like, because I have Aura Sync on everything already. You know, I don't, and
yeah, that's what you want to go. That's what your whole platform you're hoping to go with,
Yeah, because why do that and just have one thing be fucking Corsair? No.
We can't have one thing.
Well, because then, like you said, the shit moves around, and then everything else doesn't sync the fuck up.
Yeah.
And here, in this little diagram, they even show they're like, just use the bracket that came with your computer, and then connect it to the small form factor bracket, I guess, somehow. I don't know.
I don't fucking know.
Right.
Fucking cares next.
Yeah. Weak. Yeah, I mean, I don't use those. What is that? A 1X card or 1X slot? What else am I going to do with it?
Yeah. Well, I'm kind of surprised though. Like, why do you have to plug in all that power though? I thought all that shit could go through the PCI thing. It's not like a really powerful GPU,
Well, no, but why not? Look, I mean, I got a 1300 watt power supply. I don't care.
Oh yeah, I mean mine is decent too, but it's like it's just more cables than
Yeah. So let's see. Right there, that's 4 amp, right? If each one of those is an amp, right? Is what it said.
Oh, it said that it's not like your motherboard because I thought your motherboard could do 2 amps. You said
Each header was 2 amp. This one says RGB controller, 2-in-1 manual. Oh, where the hell is it? Combo set, RGB control. There we go. Each channel provides up to 12 volt, 1 amp daisy chained.
so it's basically if 2 more of your motherboard things.
Yeah, I mean that's still more than I got.
And what was each thing? Did you ever figure out like how many was the strip length and the fans? Were they like the same amperage, or did you have to go and micromanage that shit even?
I think they're roughly the same. They're either 0.4 or 0.42. I'm erring on the side of caution and viewing them as 0.42 because better to think that they take too much than to think they don't take enough. Plus, I mean, if worst comes to worst, I can still connect strips to my GPU.
Yeah,
because I have a header on there now.
Well, I was thinking about getting a roll of strip and cutting it because you could get a roll of addressable, but then you have to go in and calculate each light. Then
right? You have to know how many. Well, see, like if they said each channel, so each header would be a channel, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Make sure I'm understanding this correctly.
Yeah. No, you're okay so far.
I'll tell you if I'm okay. But yeah, this is $20.
Well, hey, that's another option at least, man. We need more options with this RGB shit.
Right. And I mean, it's made by Easy DIY, which you think, okay, that sounds chintzy and all that. They made my power supply cables.
Yeah, no, they're a brand that's recognizable and reputable, you know.
Yeah, they're not, just some fly by night dudes.
No, they're probably a good cheap alternative. It's like you could have a really popular cheap brand, you know. I mean,
Right. I mean, I've used it and liked it, so
Easy DIY is for poor people.
no, that's
Like
AMD.
Yeah, AMD's not cheap anymore.
Right. I mean, mine's not.
When was the last? What's the most expensive Threadripper now? What is that, like $1,000?
No. Let me go to
The 32
Newegg.
cores, and I thought that was like
17.
1,100. Oh, it was? Damn.
Threadripper. Like on launch, my chip was $1,000. I thought. Yeah, hold on. Here we go. 32 core, 64 thread, 1729.99.
Yeah.
And that's
What's
just for the. Huh?
What's the one you wanted to go with? The 1950?
Right now.
Yeah. Isn't that like 600 or something?
Well, it's $549, but for $799 you could get the second gen, which is $29.50, which has
that'd be a nice one.
It has slightly newer stuff, but it's still more than my chip was now. My chip now is $300.
Well, in all honesty, you'd probably have to be pretty stupid to get one right now with the third gen about to come out. Like literally next month or something.
Well, that's, what you do is you wait and then get the shit when it's cheap.
Yeah.
Because the new shit's going to come out. Like, they just came out with a new Zenith Extreme Alpha board, which is $600 fucking dollars. They already had a Zenith Extreme. This is like the higher end. I don't know what it's got in it. It's got one bad review. Oh yeah, hard to find RAM that's compatible. Blah blah blah. Some guy bitching.
My whole point though was, when was the last time you've seen just like an AMD processor be that expensive? I mean, mostly they just spend like sub $200-$300, right?
Yeah, I think once Vega hit, they actually like, I mean, the FX series was relatively cheap.
They were probably still more expensive than the ones previously. Like, wasn't all like the Athlons and all the ones from the 90s and 2000s, they didn't even go that high in price.
Oh, I did not get into it until I saw that the FX was my first introduction into AMD.
I mean, a lot of people are complaining about the computer components like GPUs and all that being expensive, but wasn't it like back in the day in the 90s and stuff? It was like you still had to pay like, it was like $3,000 or something for a good family computer.
Yeah,
it wasn't even that powerful,
Well, people, like I said how much I paid for my GPU, and people are like, oh, it's expensive. Just get a used 1080. I'm like, if you can find one, a new one still costs you just as much as a new 2080. So, buy a 2080 and shut up. Anyway, was it fine to get into Battlestations, sir?
Yeah.
Aight.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Station.
Oh, that's
Man your battle stations. Man your battle stations.
Station.
So my theme for this week was big ass screen. Big ass TV screen.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You sure?
Well, big ass TV screen you're using for your as a monitor, you know. I mean, I think that's what, like a 60 or something, isn't it?
What? That?
Yeah.
Um,
I mean, it's taking up most of his wall there.
yeah, he doesn't. He says, "Feel free to ask me about specs. I didn't feel like making a list." So I don't know. Could be. Maybe not. I don't know.
Gives it to you next.
Right. All black setup. Ooh, red lights. Ooh. Fucking Sennheiser 590 somethings. Or 598s. That's what they are. With fucking NZXT case. Next. Week.
Weak sauce.
Fucking Doug said something was weak. I'm like, no. No. That's a TV, sir. That's an entertainment center, sir. That's a nice little ITX PC right there, though, sir.
It was in Battlestations.
I mean, it's got an actual tower.
Yeah.
It's just, I don't know. I don't like that that entertainment center. That looks like a cage.
It does.
Well, you don't think so? That mesh in front of the shit?
Oh, I didn't even notice that.
If it just been all wood, it would have been cool.
Yeah.
And he's got Bose speakers, which it's not a sound bar, so whatevs.
That's okay. We need a third place anyways, man. Right? Someone's got to be a third place.
Oh, so you're saying you're betting all your dollar on this one? Oh, boy.
Oh, that's a big-ass screen there.
Yeah. Zoom enhance. That's projection.
Oh, yeah. I didn't specify what kind of screen.
Oh. He needs a sleeve for his cables. Something awful. And that drop ceiling looks horrible. Is this in a basement?
Oh, I don't know.
Like,
What's wrong with the drop ceiling?
well, it's like dropping.
Is it like falling down, you think?
It's missing pieces, like where the pipes go for like their hot water heater in the back.
It's kind of like half-assed, huh?
It's like, they got a room where they torture people, and next to that they got a battle station.
Yeah.
I think I saw this on an episode of Criminal Minds. Well, hold on, I gotta make sure I spell this right. Okay. I got a reply here. Because someone said wallpaper. And they said just a default one from Windows 10. So that would be r/whoosh. Whoosh. That's a subreddit for jokes that go over the person's head. They're that's the sound of going over their head. Whoosh.
Hey, that's not even. You can't even really consider that a wallpaper.
That's not a serious question, dog. The cables, what the fuck? I know, sad face. I did clean up the cables, forgot to take a picture of it. LOL, negative Nancy over here. Awesome set, but criticizing the cables. Shut up.
Shut up, Ted.
Back to top. So, this first guy, yeah, it's it's a side, yeah, that's cool, yeah. This one, there's no practicality. Where the hell, like, I don't understand. Like, I know they make a lap thingy that you can use a keyboard and mouse. Is that really what people do?
Linus does it.
Well, Linus is fucking Linus. Don't compare him to mortals.
He's not a person, right?
Hims thinks he's people.
Yeah. Like, do you think like a lot of these big tech YouTubers do you think they're getting too big to be like the type of person where you think, oh, he'd be a pretty cool person to have a beer with?
I don't know.
Well, I guess the real question would be, is there anybody on that's like that's gotten too big that are just like pretty much a sellout now?
PewDiePie.
PewDiePie. I mean, like a tech YouTuber, I guess.
Oh. Linus. He's a shill.
Well, I was thinking the other day, like him and probably other YouTubers have just like they gotten so big where it's like they're pretty much the voice of the companies now, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't want to say that, but it's like I wonder if it's gotten to be that to that point. You know, I guess that's a question. What do you think? Because I mean, like they like, do you when you watch videos, you obviously are going there to trust what their review is and stuff, you know?
Yeah, that's why I said they're shills. They know they have an audience, so that's why they get special treatment. I like seeing the guys in Canada that like, or Australia, they're like, so they sent us the unit and I got to send it to this other reviewer instead of me getting my own personal, because, you know, like when Threadripper came out, they all got their own custom chips with their channel name and shit on it. And the guy in Australia was like, yeah, we only got one for the whole country. I got to mail it to someone else when I'm done.
Yeah. Well, what was that thing with Linus with Intel where he's like, oh, yeah, we forgot we still have to keep our job, you know?
Right?
We had to take back what we said. I forget what the whole thing was about.
Right. He made a what the fuck video, and then he's like, oh, wait, money. That cash, though. Yeah, so this isn't a normal setup here. This, I mean,
I'd go 132 then.
Yeah, because this one, although it seems cramped, it's practical and it's neater. This is too dungeony.
But
and
it's still a battle station, really. This isn't really a battle station, I don't think.
I mean, you can play Steam big picture mode, but what else are you going to do? Like, really?
Yeah.
Like, okay, you're going to type? Click on the little search bar there and type what?
Well, you've never seen Nate's setup. His setup is basically like that, except he's got a chair with, it's like like, it's kind of like a TV tray, but not where it's got, you know, a thing where you can put it's kind of like angled and you can put your keyboard and mouse on it.
Mm-hmm. Oh, no, they make a board that you can put a wireless mouse and keyboard right on.
Yeah.
So you can just sit on the couch and use it. But, I mean, and plus, wireless peripherals, I'm sorry. I tried it. unless you make sure it's shut off and probably even take the fucking battery out, it still dies as soon as you like stop using it.
I got my Logitech one is pretty good. I always have the cable right next to it, and most of the time I just have the cable plugged in anyways.
I had a Logitech, I had a Apple, I had a generic no name, and they all did the same thing. They would, if I would leave them plugged in over a week, within a day or two, dead.
Sounds like you
Did
got some bad luck, man.
Yeah, I just gave up on them. I'm like, I don't need. Now I got the crappy wired mouse because I don't give a fuck. I just want the thing to work.
Yeah.
I like to use the mouse to wake the computer because I don't want to have to hit a key because I'm afraid I'm going to type something and fuck it up, whatever I was doing last.
Yeah.
So
I'd say it's good to have both, like your wired mouse is your main thing. And then like if you need to have, like if you have a TV or something hooked up to your computer separate, like I do, you could go over to the TV and then do it.
Right. So like the internet, of course, said 312, but it's our show, so the internet's wrong.
Well, I was originally thinking that the third one was going to be my favorite too, because at first glance you're like kind of like, holy shit, man, right?
Right, and then you look at it and you're like, oh, kind of. There's a fog. It's in a dark dungeon. There's probably a washing machine that's there's a dryer spinning with just a pair of shoes in it. Dum 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 dum. You ever do that? Put shoes in a dryer? It's fucking creepy.
Is that a washing machine or is that Frank's computer?
The world may never know. All right, hit me with my theme song, dog.
Can I just hit you?
No.
Station.
All right. So my theme is cool ass shit, and I went a little overboard.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
I went a little overboard because fuck it, it's my show. I like Battlestations, so I just threw some shit in here. So they're not necessarily going to rate this one because
I've got an extra credit one.
No, the whole thing. I've got too many to go. Oh, this one or this one or this one or nah. I'm just gonna go with them and go cool, and keep up rolling.
So I could say either cool or not cool.
You say whatever the fuck you want. I don't give a shit. I just want to share.
You think some are better than others?
These are all ones that grabbed my eye, and I didn't want to compare them. Basically.
Oh, okay.
Like, check this one out. Yes, my setup is in a walk-in closet.
Looks pretty nice though.
Right? I mean, look at the the foam. You got theme that matches. Then you got the pink peripherals.
Peripherals.
Yeah. It's not a walk-in closet. It's now a battle station room. So that's pretty dope. And then, sorry, I got a copy.
Okay, yeah.
Right. And then this one, the guy asked for advice. I think I might have shared it before because the wallpaper looks familiar. But
give you shit next.
Yeah. But as you can see, it's got a big ass TV, portrait monitors, landscape monitor, microphone over top of that, RGB mouse pad on top of a regular mouse pad.
What? So it's like a regular sized RGB over top of a mouse mat or something?
Yeah, yeah. Cables dangling all over the place. And then, like, he's asking for advice, please. Soundbar or not for my PC? What are your recommendations? And he's watching Linus Tech Tips.
What do you think about soundbars? I say don't get it.
I mean, the only time I ever saw one that made sense was they had a TV and they literally only had a couple of inches underneath the TV because they had shit on the desk, or they couldn't, like, this guy had speakers stuck next to his monitors and they're not in the right spot. If they were facing him, it would sound better. But this guy had an all RGB setup and a strip soundbar that comes with RGB. I can't remember the brand. I think it was Katana. I think that actually would have made sense. So that recommendation, I said, okay, I can understand that. Now this, little crazy. I didn't even read the comments. Papa Linus. Sound base. Oh, he might say bar. So no stereo separation. Look like giant dildo under the monitor. But yeah, I thought that was pretty cool.
Fucking wee dildo.
Right. And then I gotta zoom in here. This guy's watching another YouTuber. He's got
Oh, boy.
a little liquid cooled bent tubing there, and he's got a portrait monitor. Predator. I can't quite tell what this one is up top. I'm pretty sure this is an Asus board because the Wi-Fi antenna is like mine. So I didn't even look to see what kind of specs here. Oh, more. That's right. Also, there are more pictures, and I know you like more pictures.
Oh.
I should have just zoomed enhance. Hold on. Oh, they got a nice. Their mouse mat is a nice exploded view of something. They got the IKEA plant dangling on the back of their thermal take case. I'm doing air quotes. You can't see it.
Oh boy.
Like 5 of the same picture here, guy. Not really more pictures. It's like one picture.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
It's like one picture closer and farther away. Ergotron. Oh boy, what did he have? Oh, okay. Wow, he did like Frank P and just cobbled together an Ergotron.
Oh my God.
See that?
Yeah.
Wow. But
Oh my God.
man, where the hell? Oh, copy.
Everyone just calm down. Calm down, all right? It's going to be okay. We just can't panic.
So this guy's battle station at college. Pretty dope.
Dorma battle station.
I mean, got a glass case, got a little llama or whatever the hell that is from Fortnite on there.
Oh boy.
Dual monitors.
Downvoted already with the Fortnite.
You know, it's not. It's tasteful. It's not in your face. Pretty nice. Don't you think?
Just gonna get a little bit of cancer, Stan.
So no.
No, it's cool, man.
And then I figured you'd like this one. I saw this and I was like, oh. So this is one of the school's workstations. It's Threadripper with 3 2080s.
Shit, I didn't know you could even do that.
Well, they're the EVGA ones, so they're slightly smaller.
Well, I mean, I don't know what the whole thing with the NVLink now is, but I thought it was like limited to 2, at least with the like the 10 series.
I mean, it's probably not running NVLink anyway. They're probably just running straight cards. Let's see. And it's all people making jokes.
Oh,
Like
what were they saying?
Oh, like the top one was my school can barely have 5 tabs open on Microsoft Edge. And like another guy was like, your school had Edge? I'm still on Windows 7. And then my final one, I found what like I was trying to explain when I said I wanted to put my some LED strips behind the front part of my case. Was this lovely beast. This is the same case I have, except it's white.
Hmm.
And I wanted to put some RGBs behind that strip.
What case is that?
That's the Fractal Design S2.
Can you show us some regular pictures of it with just the like the product page or whatever?
I can. If I get to it, here we go.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, mine's black. So black with white accessories. That one's all white. And
I like it with white on the inside, but it's nice to have like a darker front panel or sides or whatever, so it's not just like in your face with the white.
well, see, also this lady, and yes, the owner of this case is a lady. The builder.
Oh my god.
Did a video montage of just B-roll.
I've been seeing like a lot of like hot, like tech
Hot
YouTube
women?
girls on there. They're starting to pop up a lot more. Like not just like that iJustine, but others, besides that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong, it is a pretty dope ass case. Like this, okay. Look at that.
That's pretty cool.
By the way, this is my video of the week.
Oh, is that your video of the week? Yeah, we'll get into that.
It's just her case. It's literally just B-roll of her case. Oh. I had 2 videos of the week, but I left one off of my email because it was more or less a Doug article. And if he wasn't going to be on here, I didn't think anyone would give a shit.
Hey, you didn't hear from Ben at all, did you?
Nah. Nah, man. He don't give a fuck.
Ooh.
Oh, my. So, yeah, I want to figure something out. Make it pretty dope.
Dope AF.
Yep. But
yeah, so can you put the nice thing about that the PCI thing though is that you can add multiple cards then, couldn't you?
probably. I mean, the only thing is that the Aura software would see them as strips or something. Instead of like if I ran fans or whatever, it would just see it as a strip, I guess. I don't know. Excuse me. Excuse me. But yes, this is why I said, yeah, let's not try to vote. Wow, 12.4 thousand upvotes for this guy showing his school's triple 2080.
What was that one? It was NERGB.
Oh,
RGB.
Yeah, never enough RGB.
Is that good? Taste good?
Yeah, I like it. They have other flavors. Hold Hold on. Show you the one I had. Come on.
Come on, you can do it.
Yeah, when I got it, I think it was lychee or whatever. Yeah, there was no English on the version I had. Yeah. Yep, see the lychee. That's all that was in English.
Interesting.
But yeah, you can get strawberry, orange flavor, original. What do I have?
What's that green one?
Melon, grape. Get that grape.
Yeah, you
drink.
should
Got
try,
one
you
taste
should
like
try the
caramel.
grape one because you're all about the grape before.
It probably just tastes like sugar, water, purple. But yeah,
Actually,
like
I'm just going back to my cherry balls.
see, you got the yuzu citrus flavor, lychee,
That one sounds good.
watermelon. Okay, so what I have must it is the original flavor now that I look at because it says at the bottom original flavor. Because they have different bottles. Like even the lychee flavor is like 2 to 3 different versions.
You don't
But
say.
I just did. You didn't listen.
I
to me.
say you don't say.
But yeah, see, here's a close up of the top of the bottle. See, there's a little trap, and the marble rolls around in there.
Huh. And what was the purpose of the marble? Just to
Stop
fun?
it. Well, it keeps the drink from coming out until you pop it. And I guess it's the I can't say it's to keep you from throwing something on the floor because you still throw the wrapper and the thing to knock the hole in it in the trash. So I don't know. I don't know. But it's it's a little feature. It's a thing.
Ain't no thing, or it is a thing.
Ain't no thing but chicken wing. I like it.
Keep on keeping on, kicking wing.
That's right. Anyway, let's get into some news, Ian.
Yes, ma'am.
The news.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Ain't nobody got time for that. T-Mobile announces LTE home broadband promises 5G after Sprint merger. What?
Oh boy.
T-Mobile has been selling mobile broadband for years like all the other characters, but it's decided to branch out into home internet. However, it's not starting with pseudo 5G like Verizon. It's kicking off T-Mobile home internet with good old-fashioned LTE. What? And the company promises a 5G version will launch later, as long as it can get that pesky Sprint merger approved. Wow. I mean, to my knowledge, isn't like T-Mobile like really big outside of the US?
Yeah, I think so.
But isn't like every other internet provider bigger outside of the US?
Isn't there some places where isn't like Nokia still a thing?
Yeah.
I'll just say screw it. Let's just lump them into one monstrous, freakish conglomerate.
Yeah, ran by the Monopoly guy.
Yeah. Did you know that Monopoly guy, he actually never wore a monocle? People just think he did.
Yeah, it's like the Berenstain Bears to the Bernstein, yes.
Mandela effect.
Yeah, I think we covered that on the show once.
We did.
Angry Video Game Nerd did a whole video on it.
The Mandela effect hit me hard then because I don't even remember that shit.
Right. Okay, next. Converting Wi-Fi
next?
signals to electricity with new 2D materials. 2D. Oh, with waifus, 2D is better than 3D.
Device made from flexible and expensive materials could power large area electronics, wearables, medical devices, and more. So basically, they're talking about using Wi-Fi to convert that into like wireless energy, so you could charge your phone wirelessly. You know, like up to distances like 15, 20 feet, something like that.
Hmm. So
The main hurdle though is with the Wi-Fi that's coming from your router is kind of like it's kind of weak, so there's some like technical hurdles to get over, you know. And you'd have to like repurpose the routers and shit, and then repurpose the phone. So it's like there's still a lot. It's one of those hype. I've watched a lot of these hype science, YouTube videos and shit, and that's what, even if you notice, I do a couple of science articles every week.
Mm-hmm.
It's all just trying to get you hyped up about something, and I don't know. It's interesting though. The possibilities with it, I guess.
It's cool, but then at the same time, it's scary.
Oh yeah, the bottom article here, quantum sensors. I mean, that sounds pretty awesome.
It sounds awesome until you think, I imagine this is akin to leaving the door open on your microwave. Like, I mean, it scares me.
That's just probably frying your balls anyways in your pocket.
Yeah, I don't know, dog. Pretty
You
scary.
think we were meant to deal with all this technology?
Nah.
Like we were built for all that? I mean,
I do think when like the first person who came up with smoke signals was like, okay, do you think God will kill us if we use his powers for evil and wicked?
right, but like a lot of this stuff we don't even know the long-term effects. I mean, this is like still brand new. All this, it's not even a century. All the technology we have we've been introduced to,
Most things we don't know the long-term technology, like what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Because like everyone's like, oh yeah, I don't smoke, I vape, it's so much better for you. This shit just came out like last week.
Yeah, that was another article that I wanted to do like the other week. I forgot where I was gonna do it for Floyd because somebody died from that shit now.
Uh-oh, from vaping?
Yeah.
Oh no.
Darth Vapor, man.
Message it to him.
I should, man. I saw that somewhere. I gotta find that shit. But yeah, it's just like we haven't even. It hasn't even been the turn of the century since we started getting Wi-Fi. It's like, what was it, like the mid 2000s we started having Wi-Fi and shit. So it's barely been over 10 years since we started having that shit. And we don't know what that shit's doing to us. Not really. I mean, some people say it's okay. Yeah, other scientists say that there's problems with it. It's just like food. They're like, oh yeah, this food could be bad for you, and then basically, if you listen to all those articles, it's like you can't eat anything. Then it's just hard to tell. Hello?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm listening.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure if you froze. I mean, what do you think?
I just didn't want to interrupt because you seem really into what you were saying there.
Oh, right. But no, I mean, What do you think about though? Do you get tired of hearing all those different like food? It's like, oh yeah, where we were talking about the ramen noodles with all the salt or whatever, you know.
You mean sodium
So
in a
bad.
pouch?
So yeah, sodium in a pouch. That's terrible for you.
Well, yeah, but you know that. That's why you can get like 100 for $1.
Right.
Did you hear about that truck of ramen that crashed and it cost them $20?
Oh shit! Really?
No, it's a joke.
Uh,
Did you hear about that tornado that tore through West Virginia and tore up half the state?
no.
Did $120 worth of damage.
That's terrible, dude.
My family's from West Virginia. I can say that. I've been there. They know it. Okay, let's go
Well,
on
like,
before we lose all of our viewers. Both of them. See, they're in Kentucky. See, I can make jokes about West Virginia.
I was just like, I'm Italian. I could call myself any racial slurs I want.
Oh yeah. That Zeus dude, he's Italian, so he is always calling himself my greasy word I can't say hands. He's like, if you want to cook like a real Italian, make sure you touch all the food.
Well, it's like playing that Mafia 3 game, man. It's like everybody's calling each other like every racial slurs, you know. It's just like crazy, man.
Yeah, you're like, oh wait, I can't say that out loud.
Yeah.
What was I thinking?
Well, it's just like, you know, most of it is because you're a black player on there. Most of it is like black racial slurs, but that, you know, like a lot of the black people use other racial slurs towards them, other, you know, like the Italians, because there's Italian mob in there, there's Irish and everything, and there's like a couple black people in the game where it's like they use like their own racial slur too much, you know. And
so what's this here about USB 4?
Oh yeah, so I don't know if you heard about this. You're like,
nope.
Yeah, well, we've had USB like the USB generations have been out for a long time. Like, how long was USB 2.0 out? Then now we've had 3.3 and 3.1 out for a long time, right?
And C,
yeah,
as pictured here,
USB-C is nice. I bought one of those USB cables. They have like a little connector on ends that goes from the you know, like the micro USB to the USB-C. So you have the option for both. You don't have to change, because I have a tablet that's the micro, and then I have my phone is USB-C. So it's like I'm always having to switch the cable, but then I bought that, and it's like a lot easier then. How many do you have, like a bunch of cables in your house? Like, where do you have like charging stations and shit?
I mean, yeah. I got like a drawer here full of cables and adapters, because you gotta have the shit. Like, just having, if you buy Apple products, first it was, oh, you need an Apple connection, and it all had that same 24-pin giant stupid whatever. And then they said, no, now we're going to the Lightning connector. Okay, everything's got to have that fucking thing. And now they do C, don't they?
Yeah. Yeah, I noticed the USB-C and like the Thunderbolt, they're trying to like merge those together or something.
And now you got to have a dongle if you want to do headphones. And if you have a MacBook, oh, never mind, you got to have a dongle. I've seen adapters I didn't know even fucking existed, because you can't, there's no ports on for no IO on a damn MacBook apparently.
Right.
They make it so skinny, there's like one port and you got to use an adapter for everything. Okay, I want to hook the monitor up to it. Plug that in. Oh shit, unplug it. I got to plug the Ethernet adapter in. Okay, now unplug that. I got to plug this in.
Yeah, but then didn't Linus do like that whole video with the box that had all that shit in one or whatever? Because he had like his computer in the closet.
Trapped in the closet. Now he had he used the Thunderbolt hub, and apparently it didn't even like care that it was connected to it.
Huh.
But
well, here's the main benefits of the USB 4. 40 gigabytes maximum speed, by using 2-lane cables, some devices will be able to operate at up to 40 gigabits, the same speed as Thunderbolt 3. Compatible with Thunderbolt 3 devices, some but not necessarily all USB 4 implementations will also work with Thunderbolt 3 devices. Better resource allocation for video. If you're using a USB 4 port to transport both video and data at the same time, the port will allocate bandwidth accordingly. So if the video only needs 20% of the bandwidth to drive your 1080p monitor, that's also a hub, the other 80% will be free for transferring files from your external SSD. It also says down here, it says there's 3 speeds of USB 4, though it can hit theoretical speeds of up to 40 gigabytes. Not all USB devices or hosts will support that standard. What is that? Saunders told us that there will be 3 speeds: 10 gigabytes, 20 gigabytes, and 40 gigabytes, or gigabits or whatever. Expect smaller and less expensive devices such as phones and Chromebooks, to use one of the lower speeds. And when you do get a laptop, you'll need to make sure to hook up to look at the specs if you want the fastest USB 4 connection available.
Now, see, I got all excited earlier this week because I was reading at Micro Center, you can buy a 64 gig USB flash drive
Oh, yeah? That sounds like a good deal, huh?
for $649.
Nice.
But see, is this the one I was looking at? Because I linked it in a chat, and yeah, okay, this one has a 3.0. The one I originally linked was 2.0. Oh, that's right, because it was only $6. It wasn't the 49 cents. Big deal. Anyway, they said, no, man, that's 2.0. I go, who gives a fuck? And they go, it's not as fast as 3.0. I go, you fuckers never existed in the USB 1 days where 2 was fucking flying, and then 3 came out with that. Holy shit, is it going to ever stop flying?
Yeah, I think, what was it, like, on the 1, it was like copying over a few gigabytes. It was basically like copying over terabytes now.
Well, and then now they said, no, they said the 3.1 version does exist. Yeah, for a 256 gig, you pay $27.99 for a 3.1 flash drive, which is still insane.
Same to the membrane.
But does anyone need a 3.1?
No, you don't need that shit.
Like, what are you carrying 256 gigs of in your pocket that needs to go 3.1?
You need those gigaties.
I don't know. It's all about that storage. Who cares? But
who fucking cares next?
Okay. Your next article. AMD's codename for their new Zen family is Valhalla.
That's all I know about the article.
Oh. And that's all you're going to give me to read because it's a bunch of code.
I just basically getting excited for it,
Jonesing for Valhalla?
Sure. Even though I don't have a mother. But they might. I don't know if Valhalla is supposed to be for Ryzen, because I think they're still doing like the mainstream Ryzen platform and then the Threadripper. So I don't know if Valhalla is just like general for both of those or what.
By the way, AMD's 7-nanometer GPU will launch roughly a month after Ryzen 3000. Of course, this is from WCCF Tech, who's been not 100% reliable, but they've been the first with the leaks. So who knows?
Well, yeah, they're pretty good though. I try to watch that Epoch's Box guy, but I don't know. He just like all of his thumbnails. He just never looks happy or anything. You know, he always has like a frowning face.
Yeah. So, on copy.
Yappy.
Your next story. What?
What?
Um. That Destructoid link you had. Checking your browser before accessing Destructoid.
Yeah, it does that for mine too.
DDoS protection by Cloudflare.
It did for mine now. I can see it now. Yours is taking forever.
I guess. Shit. Paste and go again. I think you're gonna have to screen share this one, dog. I got nothing.
Yeah, I was just gonna ask if you wanted.
Please do. Please
Yeah,
allow up to 5 seconds. Sure.
Okay, so Google will be joined by id Software and Ubisoft.
What?
Yeah. What is the meaning of this alliance? Google is certainly setting itself up for something big in the gaming industry. Not only did it recently hire a major name in the form of ex-Ubisoft and EA bigwig Jade Raymond, but it also revealed designs for an awful-looking game controller as Google's keynote conference at GDC 2019 approaches. The plot thickens. Google has revealed that its keynote will also feature major league publisher Ubisoft as well as legendary developer and Doom creator id Software. Although no word has been made on what roles these companies will take during the speech, it's further evidence that Google is planning to dive headlong into the gaming industry in some unknown capacity. Okay.
Gotcha.
Were you a big Doom and Quake fan? Because that's all the id Software, right?
They did the original Wolfenstein, I thought.
Yeah.
I like the concept. I didn't really play it a lot as a kid because, you know, I was little. What's a computer?
What's a pewter?
Yeah, when you're talking about Google and gaming, they released a patent for their Project Steam controller or Stream controller.
Oh, yeah.
How many ways can, you know, companies reinvent the fucking Xbox controller?
Right.
I mean, because they already did, you know, you can play Xbox. You could play Assassin's Creed on your Chrome, which that's pretty dope.
Yeah.
But even though you're playing on a computer, you don't want to use, you know, mouse and keyboard. He'll fucking anyway. Okay, let me go to your next story, sir. Oh, I didn't see this coming. Turtle Beach to acquire Rocat. I know it's Rocket, whatever. I don't care. I call it Rocat.
Rocat.
Yeah, ROCAT.
Oh, it's not ROCK.
It's ROCC.
Yeah. If you want to
Bro.
be technical, you know.
Okay, Rock Cat.
Rock Cat, yeah. You could do that too.
Nah, first guy I saw do reviews for it, he pronounced it Rocat, and that's how I'm gonna pronounce it.
Well, you do your
Correctness
thing,
be
man.
damned. Yeah.
Who fucking cares, right?
Who gives a shit?
Fuck 'em.
Next.
Fuck them.
But yeah, Turtle Beach is like a big like Best Buy brand, I think. Like they
Yeah, they're a
sell.
pretty good brand. They do sound cards and shit back in the day, I remember.
Oh shit! Someone
Oh,
dropped
boy.
his mic in the trash can.
No, it's Doug.
What up, Doug E. Fresh?
Nothing much, guys. What to do with you?
Damn, I need that Doug theme again.
Which
What?
one?
Either or.
Oh, girl, look at that body.
Question for you guys.
Yes.
Is my feed a little bit better this week?
So far,
The video's okay.
Well, this is kind of a tester because I have my new router up, and I'm running. It's a multi-directional router, so I'm just making sure that I have it pointed in the right direction to hit this third floor. So that's why.
Giving you cancer, it's pointed in the direction of your head.
Oh, I'm
So
sorry.
what's been going on?
Working, man. Working.
Working for the man?
Get ready to start my next class on Monday. So,
Oh, yeah. What did you say you were going for?
business management with a finance designation.
Business.
Yep.
serious business.
So yeah.
Got that business act of me.
Hey, Ian.
What?
Remember I said I had a video of the week, but it was a Doug story?
This better be
Yeah.
good because last week's Doug stories were literally like child's play.
Well, okay. So, Mr. Lou from Unbox Therapy did a video recently about how he's officially quitting Apple laptops
Okay.
because, well, we all know that the keyboards in Apple laptops have been problems with the quality control. Am I correct?
Okay.
So his example of what he decided to switch to was, you hear the Doug noises before I even finish the words. It's a Windows device,
Okay.
ThinkPad,
Okay.
a bigger device, bigger screen, just a little bit thicker, with more I/O, obviously, and more comfortable to type on. And he says it's easier to get by. He's been using Apple for years, and he says no, he's done. He's done. He switched. He didn't even realize he switched. He says it felt like he had to come clean.
Okay.
And he is one of the biggest YouTubers
Ever.
Yes. So,
Forever.
what are your thoughts on this?
Shit.
This
Frank, show him a picture of that that whole setup he's got now, where he's like doing. It's like an interview setup. I'll give you an idea how big he is.
oh his little studio. He actually made a video the day like when we were talking about. Oh, he hasn't posted any videos there. Like the next day, he did one, like in his new interview space.
So here's what you got to realize about Unbox Therapy.
What's that?
Well, he's gonna tell us.
He's basically been bitching and crying about Apple for about the past year and a half. He's been fucking whining and crying and fucking tearful and I love Apple, but I'm having problems with the product. Blah 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 blah, and then just blah blah, keep fucking blah blah blah, all about the same bullshit. And the fact of the matter is this: we've known for quite a while that Lou has been anti-Apple. That's just the way it is. Because every single video that he does related to Apple, even when it's positive, is basically him complaining about Apple to start with.
Well,
It's laying the groundwork to make himself look that much better.
Well, he's, you know, he's got to show you the complaints because they're not going to show you the complaints in the commercials.
Yeah, but when you're talking about someone who goes over something and keeps repeating it ad nauseum, at this point, and this is a strong thing for me to say, at this point, Linus is more pro Apple than Lou is. Just the way that is. And you know how Linus is.
How is Linus? Dropping shit?
Linus is very much, you know, about Android and Windows and having that type of experience. He's quick and upfront about it. Lou has been underground fucking bashing Apple and then finally came clean about bashing Apple. And I'm not surprised that we're at this point now. This should have been happen like a year ago. And if
look at that place.
And the fact is, if he's really so fucking, I can't do it, I can't take it anymore. Why didn't he do it last year when the new MacBooks first dropped? And then he was bitching and complaining about that.
Well, because his first video, he sang the praises and he said that he recommends it for most people. And then he got it and his started acting up. And then his buddies started acting up. And then multiple people started acting up. And he says, I got to keep it honest. When it breaks,
you invoke your insurance or you invoke your warranty. Go get the bitch fixed.
Well, no, not if multiple people have the same problem, Doug. You admit that it's a problem and you say it needs addressed.
If it needs to be addressed and they take it to Apple, they get it addressed.
If yours is broke, is different than if everybody's is breaking, Doug. The same thing with that touch bar that they got. It's a piece of junk that breaks and everybody's having a problem with it.
So in that case, Apple should come out, and I'm not one here to sit here and be like, oh, follow Apple blindly and deal with their missteps and deal with their issues. No, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is if you're going to sit there and complain about something not working, and you're underneath your warranty time, you and 5 of your friends, you and 20 of your friends, you and 100 of your friends, guess what you should do? Be a fucking man and go get it fixed. Like Linus did.
Ooh.
And hell, even the whole iMac Pro debacle that happened with Linus, you know what Linus did? Linus went to Apple. If the keyboard don't work, you take it to Apple, you get it fixed. Now, if he would have went to Apple and been like, my keyboard's not working, they RMA'd it, they got it fixed for him, and it still didn't work, then I'd be sitting here like, okay, well, you know, if the RMA isn't working, then we have a serious problem that definitely needs to be addressed. But products are not 100% all the time. Sometimes you're going to have issues. Sometimes it's going to be a generational problem.
But if multiple people have the same problem, though, isn't that a problem?
Get it fixed.
No, it's not one person having a problem, Doug. It's multiple people.
If multiple people walk into an Apple store at the same time, walk out, have the same issue, those same people should go back and say, hey, we have a problem with my product. We need to get it fixed. If I walked out of an Apple store with an iPhone and the display didn't work after 2 days, what do you think I'd do?
You take it back, and if your buddy and his friend and his friend and his friend have problems with the same thing,
take it back, get it fucking RMA'd. Don't just sit there tossing in the closet like, oh, I guess I have to go buy another $800 phone from another.
No, he has to. Doug, you're not seeing the point, though. He recommended it on video for people to buy it, and now it's a piece of shit. So he's got to do right and tell people not to do it.
Problem, say, okay, I'm having this problem. My friends are having the same problem. I recommend if you have this problem, talk to Apple. Make sure you get it RMA'd. Make sure Apple knows that it's a problem. That way, if it needs to be addressed and a recall needs to be instituted, it can be done. That way, it can be fixed properly. Sitting there stomping your feet and saying, well, I'm just not going to get that. I'm not going to use this product anymore.
He didn't say that.
Work does not accomplish anything but make you look like a white bitch.
He didn't do that, Doug. You didn't watch the video, sir. No, he didn't do that.
Anyways, what do you think of that that giant setup he's got there now. He's
Very
doing
nice
like
set.
So
what did you say it was like
you're
the view or something?
So you're
Right.
telling me that Lou and all of his friends went and got an RMA, they got it back, and they still don't work. That's what you're telling me.
Never mind, Doug.
No, I'm serious. If you're telling me,
If the man
that I didn't
suggested that everyone go buy one, and then he found a problem that wasn't just his unit, he's got to change
definitely
his statement.
report on it. Definitely report on it. Inform people that if you're having the same problems, go back to Apple, say this is the problem that we're having, and I would recommend not
They're
buying.
aware of it, Doug.
I would recommend not buying a MacBook until they fix the problem. And
That's
if
what
you
he was
have bought
doing.
a MacBook, you say, okay, I went and got an RMA, it still doesn't work, so therefore I can't use this until I get it back to a working condition. Don't just fold it up, put it in this MacBook box, put it off to the side, because you know what? That's a rich man's problem. He can just go to another $2,000 product and be like, oh, I'm having fun with this.
No, but he's telling the poor people that we're going to save up and buy the $2,000 product. Don't waste your fucking money on it. That's a good thing.
Or the simple fact is, if you're going to sit there and be like, I just can't use this anymore, be a man and say you got paid by somebody else to switch to a different product.
That's your assumption.
It has been
You should watch the video
about Apple anymore. It's been well known, well documented. Everyone fucking knows it. And the fact of the matter is, the fact that Lou hasn't come out and said he's, you know what, I'm just not with Apple anymore, has been kind of deceptive. That's why I no longer subscribe to Unbox Therapy. And the simple fact of the matter is, most of his videos have been shit recently. You know why? Because the entire game is fucking changing.
But Doug, you're having the same problem a lot of people have. Is they see a title of a video and then they'll have opinions on it before they actually go and watch it.
Well, no, it's a very simple thing. It's a number one. You take a look at the title of the video. Okay, the title of the video tells you the main message of what the video is going to be about. Okay, but if you can't put yourself in the everyman's shoes until you do everything that the everyman is supposed to do. Okay, so if you're telling me you're just like, I don't buy them. Okay, did you RMA it? Okay, did you RMA it, get it back, and it still doesn't work? If you RMA'd it, got it back, and it does work, let the people know about that too. Because
how do you know he didn't?
Doing the same
watch
thing
it?
and just being like, well, fuck it. If the simple fact is, if a bunch of people got a broken one or whatever, just didn't say fuck it, and it's like, well, I guess I have a broken laptop or whatever, and don't RMA to some bitch, Apple doesn't know what to fucking fix. And Lou and his 10 of his fucking friends didn't fucking RMA it. That's 10 plus one product, or however many of his friends didn't RMA it. Now don't have an actual interaction with Apple to base off of for the story. It's never as simple as
Gotcha. You assume that they didn't RMA it. Gotcha. Okay.
That's why your warranty is in place.
Gotcha. Oh, you're assuming that he's rich enough to just dump that much money on a MacBook and totally doesn't want his money back. Gotcha.
He is. Yeah, he fucking is.
Well, I mean, if you look at that, it looks like he's pretty well off just from screenshots
Well,
there.
I mean, Ian, that's not his house. That's not where he lives, Doug.
No, that's his fucking warehouse of an office that he has.
Well,
Warehouse of an office.
where I work, it was very nice too, but I don't own it.
Thousands of dollars in fucking money that him and his company uses to make those videos.
He owns all that stuff, doesn't he?
No, I think he's a co-owner. He doesn't own it by himself.
Well, anyways, good job, Frank. You did. I think you did a better one this week, though. At least,
Yeah, I got Doug on a tangent, a nice tear.
Yeah.
Well, we all know that you get better views if I'm pissed off. So.
Oh, it's not hard to see Doug pissed off about something. So, boy.
I'll tell you one thing I'm not pissed off about, though.
What?
James Gunn is back for Guardians of the Galaxy 3.
Thanks for stealing my story there, Doug.
You know, that's
Shut
what I do.
up, Ted.
That's what I do.
You come in and you fart and walk away. Gotcha.
Oh, by the way, according to thenetworth.com, Lewis from Unbox Therapy is worth about 1.9 million. So there you go.
How much is Linus worth?
That's a really good question. Let's find out.
Yeah, but we all know how accurate that is, though.
And I wonder if that's in USD or in Canadian loonies, eh?
Right. Well, it's like that. Howard Stern talked about that. Like they say his net worth is like $500 million, and that he totally doesn't have that much money. He said he wishes he did.
Samsung launches highest capacity mobile DRAM.
So basically, they'll be able to have 12 gig of RAM phones next.
Yeah, they already got, terabyte of storage. Why not?
Yeah. Facts.
Yeah. Weak sauce. Don't get Doug started on Samsung products.
Actually, as much as I dislike Samsung, no,
he likes the Samsung. He hates your phone, Frank.
I don't objectively hate Samsung. I dislike a lot of their cheap products. No, the S line and the Note line are pretty damn good. If I had to go to a Droid phone, those would be the only phones I'd go to.
You said they were second best to Apple.
Yep.
But you're always crapping on the Google phones, though.
Which one does he have?
The Pixel, the first one.
Yeah, well, that's not made by Samsung, so. The best thing it has for that is it has an uncompromised version of Android on it.
Anyways, this was an article for you, Frank, just to get in a discussion about, like electric cars and stuff. Ford drops an electric blue Mustang teaser on Tesla's festivities.
What?
Yeah. Like,
I'm confused.
I mean, what?
Go ahead. The headline made me go, what?
Well, what's the article say?
Just as Tesla's scheduled Model Y reveal kicked off, Ford, the company Elon Musk said, killed his sexy naming scheme by blocking the Model E name. See, to show the people, it didn't provide any details at all, but this curiously colored Mustang logo looks like a hint of electrification coming to one of the few cars Ford still makes.
Yeah, it was just basically a thing to get a conversation. Since you're a big car guy and you like muscle power and stuff, like, do you think a lot of those people who are all into muscle and stuff, they're they're gonna fade away because of electric cars and shit?
Well,
No.
He said, "What I think, Doug, not Doug thinks." We have another section called "Doug Has Opinions About Stuff."
Well, let me tell you
He
something
could
about
get
electric cars.
after you.
Oh boy! Choke.
Hurry, Frank.
Go ahead, Doug. What you going to tell me something? Was it what The Rock was cooking?
No, I was just saying you could definitely have electric cars that are muscle cars. They're out there.
Well,
Yeah, but it's not really the same thing because you get the whole experience, man. You had the smell, the sounds, and all that stuff. I mean,
okay, there's two philosophies on it. The understanding from I actually heard a recent story on NPR discussing in 2050 when they go to zero carbon emission, eventually people aren't going to have cars. They'll have mass transit because eventually the governments are going to make it so expensive to be on the road that you're not going to be on the fucking road and you won't want to have a car. And I think personally that's the only way they're going to be able to pry muscle cars out of the old dead hands of the enthusiast, because they're the same as the gun nut enthusiast. They go, "God damn it, you're not going to take my..." And you know what? If you make it too expensive or dangerous to have, yeah, they're not going to fucking have it. They're going to be crying and kicking and screaming, but there's going to be a change. And
well, it's just like those people aren't going to be able. Eventually, nobody's going to even have the right to be able to drive their own car anymore. It's all going to be
either
like automated.
Yeah, they can either make it illegal because it's too dangerous, or like it's safer to have the cars drive themselves. You don't need drunks on the road, or they'll make it because mass transit is going to have to become a thing because we're going to be so overpopulated, and electricity is going to be a resource that is too precious that you can't just dole it out to everybody to charge up their car. The bus has to gotta get on the road somewhere, So, I mean, especially if right now even it's just a budding technology. They're trying to make it catch on, and that new model that Tesla that's coming out is an SUV, and it starts at 39 grand. I mean, it's only going to go up from there when it gets more luxury. And if you want a sports car, it's an electric sports car. As close as you're going to get is going to be retarded expensive. I'm actually more concerned about this. Beto O'Rourke was a member of the hacking group Cult of the Dead Cow. That actually.
Oh shit!
I was like, what?
Wait, what? But I mean, you love a car, working on your car. Eventually, really, it's not even gonna. They're probably gonna make it so Orwellian where you can't even open up your car.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, the article, you can't. You already, if you can't hook a computer up to it, you used to just be able to use a screwdriver, and that was everything. No, that article I told you about where they discussed 2050, it's a multi-day thing, and they said a car is something that you will be in from time to time, but you won't own, because what's the point? Yeah. And there was holes in their the story. Like, okay, what are people in Minnesota gonna do? Are they gonna walk every fucking where? Right. So, I mean, it's a little shaky, but if you're terraforming, I guess maybe, I don't know, but
gives a shit, right?
Yeah. We'll tell you about that terraforming. No.
Hashtag terraforming.
Terraforming for 2050. Microsoft's wireless display app. Oh,
wait a minute. Are you gonna let Doug give his opinion? Because
I thought he did.
He didn't. You started talking.
Oh. Okay, Doug. What did you have to say, sir?
It's gonna be electric.
Mm-hmm. What do you think about the Mustang electric last gasp from Ford?
Well, I don't think Doug. You're not a real big car guy, are you? Like working on cars and shit. You're not. You're not a man, Doug, are you?
I'm the weird guy. Like I'm not into like fixing up cars and doing stuff like that. What I'm kind of into is specific older models. Like I want a 70s conversion van or a 70s or 80s conversion van. I'd like to have a Thunderbird. There's specific cars I'd want to own and work on and be able to optimize. But like in general, I'm not really a big car guy specifically.
Mm-hmm. So next article then.
Yeah, that petered out pretty quickly, Ian.
I want to give him a chance.
Expecting that.
Oh, weak sauce. Wah, wah, wah. Microsoft's wireless display apps streams PC games to Xbox. I think I had the same one. Yeah, I think I had this exact same story, but
well, it is PC.
Oh yeah, well that's good.
That's not surprising that you use that sound snippet.
That's your problem. You're on PC.
Yeah, should have got an Xbox.
Do it.
What?
Don't do it, Ed.
Don't you do it. You can't. It's one of those ones that every time you try to pause it, it just makes the shit go to a different window. Anyway.
Okay, so you said you had this exact one, so tell us all about this.
It doesn't mean I read the motherfucker. I just had.
So we did have this problem then. Neither of us read shit.
Camera down.
Doug, did you fall over like you did that one time?
No,
And we didn't get to catch it on camera. Damn.
Get it on
No.
camera.
I got to reposition my phone here.
Well, basically, the article talks all about it. I mean, if it's wireless
Oh,
display app
okay.
streams PC games.
Really? It's almost like that's what the title of the article said.
Yeah.
Nah, that can't be it.
I mean, I don't know what other details you could have in there besides just like if there was extra like gaming settings in there you could have, or if you do a higher refresh rate. You
Well,
know?
I do have a similar article, Ian, that's not the same. That you might like. I don't know if Doug will like. In fact, I'm pretty
Okay.
sure Doug won't like. Valve is turning Steam Link into a personal cloud service that streams games anywhere.
Take your shit on the go, literally.
Oh boy.
Valve has announced that it's expanding its Steam Link game streaming feature in a big way with Steam Link Anywhere, a new service that will allow you to stream your Steam games from your computer to anywhere in the world through Steam Link hardware or the Steam Link app.
Whoop, whoop.
Right now, only on Android, the Raspberry Pi, and the discontinued Steam Link hardware work with Steam Link Anywhere, but it's easy to imagine that Steam could add similar feature for streaming PC to PC like it already offers with in-home Steam Link.
Oh my god.
Thoughts?
Oh my god.
Nothing from Doug?
Well, the Steam Link is dead, so no one really cares.
Yeah, but this means they could have other hardware.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Again, I mean, who cares about Steam and its never-ending shit pile?
Oh, hey.
Are you saying it's a steaming pile?
Hold on, you want to hear more about Steam? Okay.
Oh yeah, Bray. Well, that couldn't have been all you had. You had to have more up your barrel there, huh? You gonna go double barrel?
Halo, the Master Chief Collection is coming to Steam.
Pay too much money for something you already hacked and downloaded on your original Windows XP computer.
I don't care about Halo.
Master Chief will come in stages, with each game released individually in chronological order rather than coming in one big bundle. That means Halo Reach will be first, followed by Combat Evolved, Halo 2, Halo 3, Halo 3 ODS campaign, and Halo 4.
Yet another first-person shooter. Yay.
There was a meme the day this was announced. They're like, hey, at least we have Halo, and Microsoft, hey, let's go ahead and put Halo out on PC. Woo. They have to pay for multiplayer, right? And no, they don't have to do that. Well, am I a joke to you?
Well, that's still Microsoft. I mean, you got to expect that they're gonna utilize other platforms.
I don't understand. What's their argument? We got the best hardware. No, you don't. What
they have we have teraflops though, Frank.
We got multiple teraflops. They make a flop.
Well, I mean, it's you might as well. I mean, you log in with the same Microsoft account for all your some of your games and the Xbox, and it's all Microsoft, man. They do whatever they want, dude.
Right. So what's up with this? Microsoft warns of KB 4482887 game performance issues.
I don't know too much about it. We probably should read a little bit of it at least.
Nah, reading's for sissies.
On Tuesday, Hexus reported upon Windows 10 update, whatever you said was in the title, KB whatever, was described as a quality update, as it included no new features, just a collection of patches. The headlining news was that the rep pulling software construct, which was devised by Google to address speculative execution patch introduced system slowdowns was included. In his blog post about that update earlier this week, Microsoft highlighted its findings that when all relevant kernel mode binaries are compiled with Repline, were measured 25% speed up in Office app launch times and up to 1.5 to 2 times improved throughput in the disks PD storage and NTTTOP networking. Are you down with the TTOP, Frank?
Nah. You know me.
Our Broadwell CPUs in our lab, a couple of Hexus readers were pleased with their performance boost after applying a patch too.
So
basically just some bullshit.
Well, see, this actually reminds me of a story I had because I stumbled upon it, and then somebody showed me another related article. That neither of these made sense. Having issues playing games on PC? Update Windows 10. Which, they're like, never update. There's problems. Just wait till everyone says it's okay. Right?
Right.
We live in a state of fear, right? But then I showed this to my friends. I was like, man, why would they tell you to do that? That's what we've been trained not to do. To disable automatic updates because the shit will break. And they said, well, actually, I saw this. Windows 10 could automatically delete bad updates.
Right.
Perhaps the most frustrating thing about Windows 10 launch is automatic update system. I often pick the worst times to install an update, rendering a device unusable until it was done. A new support article shows that Microsoft plans to implement the opposite feature, the tool that automatically deletes some updates. Windows latest spot of the support article, which Microsoft has apparently prevented search engines from indexing today. The article's title, Why Were Recently Installed Updates Removed, pretty much summarizes what it's about. Microsoft is uninstalling bad updates so its users don't have to do so themselves. And look, they reference the KB482. So, which is kind of, I don't know how they can do that because they got rid of their beta testers and bug fixers and barnacleses.
Right.
So, what's that update called? Klaatu, Rata.
Necktie. I didn't say every syllable, but I basically said it.
Well, it seems like lately they're dropping the ball with a lot of the gaming stuff with Microsoft because, we talked about with the Epoch Box video with streaming where there was a bug in one of the updates where you can't even really stream that well with the higher end games because it'll only let one thing use up all the GPU process or whatever.
Right. Just inherently in Windows 10, basically.
And basically, the gaming mode doesn't help at all. The gaming mode, pretty much sucks on the Windows 10 or whatever, right?
Yeah, that's what they say.
No.
By the way, since we were talking about gaming that suck, we briefly touched on this when Doug was on last time. EA says it's aware that Anthem is crashing some PS4 consoles.
Oh, not just crashing, bricking.
It's not clear how widespread the issue is.
You're lying. Get out of here. Fake news.
An error has occurred.
Error?
Error.
Why do you... No, okay, this one's... this next article you got, Ian, I got to ask you why you have this. How high frame rates can give you an edge in battle royale games.
They don't.
Okay, so this was basically NVIDIA saying that richer people are better players. Because if you have and I linked a couple articles. I'm not saying that that's true. I'm just saying that's what they said. It says powerful. NVIDIA says powerful PC's proven to help players dominate in battle royale games.
But for some reason, if you got an ultra wide, that's cheating.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. How dare you spend extra money on a more expensive monitor that might possibly be able to give you a better line sight? Jeez, how dare you
The competitive players, they play in 480 on a 240 hertz refresh rate monitor at 900 frames per second.
Damn right. You damn right.
It's NVIDIA wanted to take a closer look at the kill to death KD ratio for some of the most popular battle royale games on the market and how a higher frame rate can affect the performance statistic. We should clearly point out that while this analysis was performed by NVIDIA using anonymized data from the GeForce Experience software suite, the same basic premise could be applied to any modern graphics card, including Radeon RX. So I mean, they're saying if you got better shit, you're gonna be a better player.
I mean, that's just how it is. I don't know why you feel any other way. Epic Launcher collects Steam friends and play history. What? So, how's it doing that?
What?
This also includes Steam stays for every user that is logged into your PC, reports DSO Gaming.
Oh, we talking. This is the, yeah. They stumbled upon an interesting find that Epic Launcher is collecting players' Steam friends and play history. Going into more details, Matt Joki found out that Epic's Games Launcher on startup searches for Steam installs and proceeds to get lists of files in your Steam cloud. This also includes games saves for every user that is logged into your PC, reports DSO Gaming. Steam Cloud is stored under user data, account ID if you want to check. It also creates encrypted copy of config local config.vdf. This file contains your Steam friends, their name history, groups you're part of are considered friends. It seems friends might be used for friend suggestions, but I don't even have to use this feature, and it collects more than that.
Wow. Wonder what that's about. Trying to steal that data?
Yeah.
They
Brian
found
doesn't care about you. Don't care about that shit though. You're like, they already know everything anyways, right?
I mean, yeah. Our privacy is an illusion.
Well, they did say there was like a study or whatever how younger people are more prone to, like not caring about their privacy. They just accept it, and then eventually we're all just gonna accept that there's no privacy.
Doug, what's your thoughts?
If you didn't,
I think we broke him.
I have some swampland in Florida I'd like to sell you.
Hmm.
Well, what other articles do you have, Frank, that we didn't get into yet, like that?
Well,
Guardians 3.
Yeah, basically just that the director has been brought back.
Thanks,
Coffee.
Doug.
Yeah, thanks for ruining it, Doug.
Hey, I live to enjoy.
Hold on, I gotta get rid of this ad that blocks up half the screen. James Gunn has been rehired by Disney to direct Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. Yeah, they found old tweets where he joked about pedophilia and they fired him and they didn't read it right. So he did so well in the first two, it was the stupidest thing they could have done. Like, actors were threatening to walk off the franchise and leave it. And
well, Batista was very specific about it, that if he didn't come back, he wanted out. So,
I mean, The reason he got fired is the stupidest thing in the world. They didn't know how old Twitter worked, basically. Right?
It almost feel like if you were to judge a video before you watched it, right?
No.
Yeah. It's just stupid. Yeah. Oh, here's something I'm sure we got something we can judge here. So this well, that's awesome news. So nothing bad to say about that, but Motorola Razr leaks specs are underwhelming for a $1,500 phone.
I love how Frank's like, he's so used to bad news Debbie Downer articles. He's like, oh, there's nothing bad to say about that. So,
Right.
well, as if we're supposed to be doing that.
Right. 2019 Motorola Razr is looking to be an enticing mix of futuristic folding phone and the iconic phone design of the early 2000s. And now we might have the phone's logo, price, and information and its specs, which may not be what you're expecting.
Yeah, bring that flip phone back, baby.
I mean, did you have a Razr? My ex had one.
Yeah, I had a Razr. Doug?
Yeah, I had one that I was able to hack back in the day.
Oh, really?
My first real introduction to like definitive coding came with the Motorola Razr. I found some kind of wacky online instructions, and it actually worked. I was very surprised. I thought for sure I was going to brick it because I only bought it for like $10 off of a friend, and it was on prepay at the time. So I'm like, well, if I kill it, who cares, right? So they had one where you could insert your own startup screen. So I found an anime one that I had set the anime one that worked, and went back, changed up something else that worked. I'm like, well, son of a bitch. But the drawback to that is the system memory is so low that even something as simple as something as simple as a GIF, which even back then wasn't that big of a file, slowed down my turn on time. Like the boot up time of that phone went from like 20 seconds to almost a minute and a half. It's fucking terrible. I'm like, well, I'm never doing this again.
That'll learn you. But no, the 6.2-inch vertically folding screen has a resolution of 2142 by 876, while the exterior screen is 800 by 600, display of an unknown size.
Huh.
No camera specs at this point. Yeah. A $1,500 phone.
Yeah.
But since we're talking about phones, I wanted to explain something here.
I wanted to ask Doug, what kind of coding do you know how to do now then?
Very minimal. Like that was my first kind of introduction to it. I didn't do much more until I ended up needing into like these Macs that I have. So I know how to basically hack into anything that's like, I think it's the 2012 MacBook and back. You can actually bypass your logins and everything, and like bypass this administrator. So I know how to do that. It has limitations, of course, but you have that option to do it, and I have that information saved. But it's really just minimal stuff like that. I haven't gotten into like really hardcore coding, although I'm not sure if I'm going to or not, because with my applications class, so I can't access it till Sunday. But I'm basically going to end up learning, like your standard, like Word, Excel, PowerPoint type of shit. But I mean, who knows? I might have to do something like simple, like what's it called?
Hello World.
DOS prompts and shit like that. But we'll see.
Oh yeah. What? So if you do a little bit of coding and then you're a writer, what kind of how many words can you do a minute now typing. Yeah, it'd be pretty fast then.
I'm actually not that fast. I'm really
Well,
not.
you do like just the standard 60 words a minute or something.
Well, I never even had to do a typing class when I was in high school.
Oh yeah, I had to.
I can go respectable. Let's just put it to you that way.
Well, it sounds like at least you're doing better than like a hen peck or something, you know.
I wouldn't. Yeah, I'm not really a henpecker, but it's more like super weird because I've never trusted like how to be a really good typer you have to trust your ring and your pinky. I don't do a lot.
Yeah.
I kind of do the 8-finger struggle, because I can do a little bit of that, but I never use the 6-finger struggle. I never really do the pinky or the ring. Very, very seldom will I do that. Very seldom.
Okay. What do you got next, Frank?
One. Here are all the new Android Q beta features coming to your Pixel phone.
That's funny because Android has never in existence been an alpha user system.
So the reason I bring this up is because I opted into the beta for Q because
really?
Originally the OS we're in now, Pi, was going to be it for the original Pixel. They weren't going to add Q to it, but now it seems like it's going to be available. So they said, yeah, if you got a original Pixel, you can download the beta for Q. So I did, and I has it, and it's alright.
And what are the main differences with it now?
It's just like any ROM with slight differences. Like the theme, skinnings. It's like how it kind of should have been, like the dark mode. The drag down is like straight black, like not you can see through it. It's literally everything's black. There's the drop
I still
down.
have to get used to the swiping up for my navigation bar.
Well, you have a that's it's not TouchWiz anymore with yours. It's something else, right? And it
isn't it like the One UI or whatever?
I don't know, but this one, like now, how like I was saying, my battery would say, "Hey, your battery is going to die anytime it got under 50%."
Yeah.
Now it actually will say your percentage, and it'll give you the hour that your phone will die. It when you pull down when you pull down your menu, when you start it tells you the percentage, and then you pull down to go through your settings or whatever, and it goes until 2:15 p.m. you have 100% battery. Yeah. And there are different changes. I never signed up for a beta before for Android, so I didn't know when you pull up the app drawer, and it's not the app drawer anymore, but whatever. When you're going through your apps, there's a feedback feature, and you tap that, and it lets you send your feedback to I guess Google at that point.
Frank installs it in his phone as brick.
No. I mean, even if it is, I have cloud backups. A big fucking deal. You have to opt in, and you can opt out any time. And I haven't. The only thing is, it took a grip to. It downloaded, it installed, and then it's finishing update, and that took 20 minutes. I was like, Jesus Christ. So.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
But yeah, that, like I said, I didn't know until after I read that article, there was, the original Pixel was updated, and everyone thought the end was going to be Pi. And I'm like, oh, really? I had no idea. I knew that, it wouldn't run forever because that'd be silly. I mean,
that's just silly.
My phone came out in 2016. That doesn't sound like a long time, but in the, phone world, that is. It really should be buggy and stopping. So.
Well, that's if you would have gotten, a Verizon version of that phone or something along those lines.
It is Verizon.
So you actually, where'd you buy it from?
Verizon.
And they must have cut a deal because most of your direct from provider phones are compromised.
Yeah, I like it. And
Well,
then
I will say
Shit,
the
where?
Verizon though, they were the because I was looking. By the way, Doug, I finally got my Android 9 for my phone.
that's why I was bringing up, Q. He's finally got a piece of the pie right now that Q's
Yeah, I finally
dropping.
got Pi, and now he's already on Q, and it's like I was looking into Verizon, like because some of the other carriers finally had it for the Note 9, but the Verizon was like the last carrier for some reason.
They were the last holdout.
Because no fucking provider gives you, in general, direct access to your updates. It's always fucking locked off unless it's Apple and the Google straight phones.
Yeah.
I should have gotten an iPhone. That's my problem.
Nah, you should just got, a Pixel, because then Google updates it. They go, here you go. Here's your update. So, my next article, Western Digital to demo dual actuator hard drive will use SMR to hit 18 terabyte capacity. Look
Is
at
this
them
a hype
fighters.
thing or is this real? Is this like my wireless Wi-Fi charging?
Earlier this year during CS, we discussed how Seagate was using dual actuators to improve its hard drive performance. Now Western Digital is planning its own dual actuator drive and will show a prototype next week at the Open Compute Project Summit.
You don't say.
So I brought this up because extra terabytes, boner. And
By the
then
way, I'm thinking about getting another hard drive for this NAS build, and I'll have 2 8 terabytes and a 4. So that'll be nice. I'll have 20.
20 bytes. And then
You need to start upping yours, man.
I'm waiting for prices to come down because I'm going to buy in bulk.
Oh, you're trying to do a bulk? You can be like, I'm not buying anything until I get it all at the same time.
Well, I'm not buying a bunch of 8 terabyte drives. So I wouldn't go any lower than 10s. And if I'm going to do 10s, I might as well wait till something higher is cheaper. So I don't know. But anyway, plus I don't have any money right now. It's like us talking about the stock market. Did you see the Dow
money,
down?
man?
Huh?
Why don't you got any money? Are you still feeling hurt from buying your computer?
Well, yes. And I bought my GPU before I could actually fully pay for it. So yeah. But I could have waited, but I didn't.
You could have waited. Well,
you could have waited
for this or that. You might as well get some fucking thing,
But so this article, like I said, was the conversation piece. The reality of SSD capacity. No one wants over 16 terabytes per drive.
Nobody wants it, but
bullshit.
Shit.
Yes. Give me a shopping cart full of 20 terabyte drives. I'll take them.
Oh, I was thinking nobody needs it, but they want it.
Right. It's just like having a big dick. Why wouldn't you want it?
Bullshit.
Like this is something like I went Doug on this. I saw the title and I said, "Motherfucker, no."
Okay. Who wrote this?
Doug's about to speak.
Ian Cuttress. Ian Cuttress.
This is a message directed directly towards Ian Cuttress.
He's about to say,
that's what you really believe.
Mr. Cuttress, you should cut yourself.
Nobody wants an over 16, was this a 10 terabyte per drive?
No one wants over 16 terabyte per drive.
If that's what you honestly, truthfully think, you're a fucking moron.
Right.
We want 100 terabytes. We want so much space. You want to know why we want that much space in one little drive? Because we want to put 25 fucking drives in our fucking PC. You know why? Because we need the space. You know why we need the space? Fucking 100 gigabyte fucking installs for video games. You keep wanting to take away our fucking our physical media. We need a place to put that shit. Whether it's games, movies, music, pictures
Porn.
of your mom, whatever it is. We
Porn.
need space to put that shit.
Pictures of your mom porn. What?
Yeah. So
No, I think he's just thinking like, like he's
Hold
thinking
on.
like Nana,
Oh, what do
Thinking
you
like
need
people
that
like
for,
Nana.
dearie? No one needs that. That's too much. Hold on. Let me read it. Let me read an excerpt from it. See where their stream of consciousness is. One of the expanding elements of the storage business is that the capacity per drive has been increasing. Spinning hard disk drives are approaching 20 terabytes soon, while solid state storage can vary from 4 terabyte to 16 or even more. And if you're willing to entertain an exotic implementation, today at the Data Center World Conference in London, I was quite surprised to hear that due to managed risk, we're unlikely to see much demand for drives over 16 terabyte. Speaking with a few individuals at the show about expanding capacity, storage customers that need high densities are starting to discuss maximum drive size requirements based on their implementation needs. One message starting to come through is that storage deployments are looking at managing risk with drive size. Sure, a large capacity drive allows for high density, but in a drive failure of a large drive means a lot of data is going to be lost. Really? That's your argument?
So he's saying if you put a lot of stuff on there, you could lose all that stuff. Well, it's just like any fucking hard drive.
Well, the thing is, look at the enterprise grade stuff. Yeah, you can buy a thing with 20 drives in it. They're all 2 terabyte. So you're gonna waste a bunch of time with a thing that's the size of a car with 10 terabytes of storage in it. Or I can get 2 drives that cost $500 a piece with 14 terabytes in it. Let me think about that. That's nice. I want that. Yeah, I want that. Yeah, let me do that.
Well, you also got to factor in though, like what the price per, like gigabyte per dollar. If it's like, because I mean, when you go higher, it's not really as cost effective.
I mean, the it's not the official definition, but it used to be, what was the acronym? Array of inexpensive disks.
Yeah.
It's like it's not really inexpensive anymore. In fact, they haven't been for a while, but we want a bunch of them. But yeah, so I just thought that was a nice little piece to throw out there. See if I wasn't the only one who needed a sanity check. Why is this not highlighting? Paste and go, motherfucker. There we go. So there's a new Cinebench for Xeon and Threadripper. New, tougher Cinebench. The long overdue for CPUs in the modern world. The free Cinebench R20 is intended to replace R15. So yeah, they do a write-up. Like I said, they test on Xeons and Threadripper, which is, what should be the max right now.
Yeah, sometimes I'm a little bit confused. I'm like, because they say that they do the benchmarking, but it's not really the same as like real world game benchmarks or whatever. I don't.
Well, because, not consistent or whatever. I don't know. Plus, they're like benchmarks. That's why they do benchmarks, because they're always the same. Because they're fake. They're synthetic.
Well, what's the most popular one? That like Heaven benchmark or whatever?
Yeah, Heaven's there. So is Valley, I thought. But Cinebench was the standard. Now, we were talking earlier about air coolers for Threadripper, right?
Right. Oh, yeah, you told me shut up, Ted.
Yeah, Master Air Cooler Masters triple fan cooler. The triple fan with RGB.
RGB.
Ooh. You know that gives you extra frames, right?
I know it does, man. It makes it better and faster.
$60 ish.
Well, it's not bad for a cooler.
No. With RGB shit.
I mean, like, really, what's coolers are like, what, like $30, $40 anyways? I mean,
this is, to cover that big old, chip.
Yeah. Well, especially for like a Threadripper, yeah, that's pretty decent.
Pretty decent. By the way,
when you have an expensive platform, everything's gonna have to be expensive too, you know.
Right. I'm surprised you didn't have any internet stories this week about the FCC and all that.
Well, I did have an internet article. It was the T-Mobile one.
Oh.
That was like the only one though.
Oh. I have a John Oliver fights robocalls by robocalling a Jeep Pie in the FCC.
That's funny though.
Right?
Just got quiet.
Oh, okay, here we go. Wop, 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 wop.
It looks like Frank should have gotten a Mac.
17. I froze.
Yeah, I was like, I guess Frank should have gotten a Mac.
Nah.
Did I tell you guys I actually ended up getting a MacBook?
Oh, yeah, you did.
Oh, really?
And I also ended up getting a 2012 iPad or iPad 2.
Oh. Wow.
Which, you know what? I think I only paid like maybe $30 for, and it's actually in pretty good shape. The screen's not broken. Still got a couple dings on it, but otherwise it works great. And the app works. Believe it or not.
I don't believe.
Well, Ian, I was saying Fallout finally got some DLC.
Yep.
And all 3 people who played still don't care.
And yeah, you can make booze that gives you extra melee perks or buffs, I guess, not perks, but
buffs.
Yeah, what is it? This one gives you AP regen 50. Whew. Nice. But yeah, you can make booze for the very first DLC.
Boozing it up.
I'm quite happy about that.
I'm happy about that.
Doug might be happy about this. I don't know. It's an older franchise. Left 4 Dead developer returns with a new co-op zombie shooter. No?
Sounds interesting. I'm not a big
that's
zombie
basically
guy.
For the fact that who cares?
Ooh.
By the way, what were you drinking on, Doug?
Ice.
Do ice.
He's been around us too long. We're rubbing off on him. We're like fucking juggalos with the Faygo.
Yeah, how's the are you still drinking that while you're trying to get swole? Isn't it leg day today?
I'm pretty much down to a couple pops a week. It's been a rough couple days with the inventory that my stores had, so I'm like, you know what? I just.
What, did you hit the gym this week?
Yeah, a couple times. So.
Did you get the leg day in though?
Oh, that would be yesterday while I was standing around during our inventory.
Does that shit actually help your muscles? Standing?
Not your back.
Well, obviously not, but I mean, like your legs, does it help tone them up a little bit?
Nope.
You would think they would, because like if I'm standing around all the time, my calves feel tight, you know.
Check this out, Doug. A modder strung together 8 3DFX Voodoo 2 GPUs to play Half-Life.
Oh yeah, that was what you were saying before.
Half-Life 3 app. Oh wait, no one cares.
Oh man.
There he goes.
Sorry, Valve, you done fucked it up.
Okay.
Well, I just liked it because, like we were saying before, of the GPUs back then, they used to have, you know, more fun names, you know, like Voodoo and Monster, and all that shit. That's back in the day when you actually could get like a graphics card in like the what was it, Babbage's or EB Games.
Man, I miss those days. Tell you what.
So, Lady Gaga could appear in Cyberpunk 2077.
Huh? You don't say.
She reportedly feature in 2077, I guess in a speaking role. It's a French website. Translated via Google. I mean, why not? She's been an actual actress, so, But, yeah.
Nice.
And
Nice.
Well, she is currently working on her next album, so you never know.
you gotta do something to pretend that she didn't do anything with R. Kelly.
Right.
This was kind of sad. Valve removes over 100 Steam tributes to suspected New Zealand shooter. What the fuck is wrong with people?
There's too many like-minded idiots.
Right? That's the thing about, was it Neil deGrasse Tyson said about the internet, and empowers you to not know if the person you're talking to is full of shit.
You're full of shit, okay.
So now I'm down to my what the fuck stories here. You guys ready?
Oh, we're ready. Bring it on.
That's good, because I'm getting tired of freezing. I'm about ready to just shut it off and restart later. Okay.
Oh, yeah. Did you tell Doug what was happening earlier?
No. No, I don't care to explain, okay? It might freeze, okay?
His computer is overheating.
Well, I was changing the fan settings, so,
Oh, let me go ahead and build my own computer. What can go wrong?
Oh, let me go ahead and build a computer from the 1990s. What can go wrong?
Not much, since I'm rebuilding something that's super old.
What could go right? Anyway, smart TVs could get annoying ads just like your web browser does.
What?
It's developing an open standard with 9 partners. Vizio, the second largest TV manufacturer in the U.S., is developing a new industry standard that will allow smart TVs to serve targeted ads, reports Reuters. The manufacturer has partnered with 9 other media and advertising companies to create Project OAR, a new consortium that is developing the standard. Vizio says that it intends to use the technology in its forthcoming TVs.
Dude, these ads get so crazy. Like on my tablet, whenever there's so many like YouTube ads, it's like sometimes I purposely turn my volume down just so I don't hear it, and I don't want to even know what the ad brand is, Like I'll look away or something to purposefully not know.
This isn't the first time Vizio has been interested in tracking its customers. Last time it did so, it was eventually hit with a $2.2 million fine by Federal Trade Commission. So yeah, apparently, what, are they going to get consent? Because, hey, do you want to be, held up with intrusive ads? Yeah, sure, sign me up,
dude. When it comes down to if it comes down to it, where it gets so Orwellian, where like that, you can't skip the ad unless if your eyes are looking and locked onto the ad. That's it, man.
Everyone's just going to pirate everything and watch their own shit. That's all it is.
Yeah.
So
it wouldn't be too hard to do because they already have iris scans and shit on there, and they can know if you have the volume turned off or whatever,
You have ad blocker on. Please turn it back on.
Yeah.
By the way, here's my last story. It's not a Downey Downerton. How to print a house.
Mm.
Everybody's dream is you hit the button and boom, your house pops out.
That is a dream.
At home late one night, an energy drink in one hand, the 3D doodler pen in the other, Platt Boyd had his breakthrough. Like hot glue from a gun, the molten plastic secreted from the 3D doodler hardens as it cools, which allows the user to draw 3D shapes. Boyd drew a small scaffold, an object that crudely represented the three-dimensional diagrams of compounds a high school student might study in chemistry class. When it solidified, He set one book on top of it, then another, another. Eventually, the tiny 3D object he had created minutes before was holding up to 18 pounds of books. It weighed half an ounce. So basically, he comes up with an idea and redefines how you would print houses, because it's not a new concept, but it's good for like Habitat for Humanity. House Apis Core built last December cost just $10,000. By comparison, a 3-bedroom, 1050 square foot house built by Habitat for Humanity costs roughly $50,000. But I think
I'll tell you what.
What? So yeah, I mean, that's pretty awesome.
What made you decide to do this one? Did you think that it was like an article for me?
Well, for both of us, because I enjoy what they call modern buildings, which is kind of funny because at the time, modern meant up to date and contemporary. Now, modern is a stagnant period that doesn't really update and change. But these look like, things that would have been made in the 60s or something, given those bright colors that they threw on them to dress them up. But, and they can help, people out and make cheap housing. And I mean, in the 50s and 60s, prefab housing was a thing to where it was catching on, and it actually built a lot of, the housing infrastructure we had. They went from nothing to just neighborhoods overnight. There's a reason cul-de-sacs have 20 houses that all look the fucking same, because they're just mass produced.
Hill residents.
Dang, buddy.
But yeah, I just thought that this would appeal to you and me, and Doug might have nothing to say.
I think it's going to be interesting. It's just going to be the thing of making sure structural integrity and having a basement, things like that. It's making sure it's going to be correct.
Well, I have to get Mike on there to, make it right. If you were in that show on HGTV.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's my last story. Last one I'm going to go through anyway. I had too many this week.
Who cares about my own articles? Next.
Right.
I don't even care.
I don't even care. My dog's got to go poop. I got to take him out. Go poopy.
Let's go see his family.
Yeah.
Poopy. How is your new puppy doing?
She's doing good. Eating and shit, and she's gained weight since she's been here. That's good.
That's good.
She's almost 50 pounds already.
Oh, shit.
Our other dog's 90 pounds. So, yeah. So anyway, we got to get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, I'm sure you got to go see your family. Doug's got to go get soft.
About that.
Play us off, keyboard cat.
Dun, 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 dun.
I actually have some things to download, because I have to download
Porn.
the rest of my
Porn.
Microsoft applications for
Porn.
So.
By the way, what's going on with your writing? Is that still on the back burner?
It kind of has to be right now.
Yeah.
But I'm always working in the back of my mind. I had some really nice ideas for the script I'm working on, and one thing I'm going to do before I actually start back on the script is go through Stephen King's Storm of the Century, which is specifically a screenplay. It's not based off of a book, and I like it so much I want to read that front to back and see if I can get structure ideas and stuff. So.
You don't say.
Yep.
I think you did.
I think you did too. Well, guess we could chat a little bit more, but
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Nope.
Nobody got time for that.
Nope.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Have you seen the?
Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that.
What, Doug?
You see the remix of that?
Yeah. Pretty good.
Oh, by the way, you're gonna have to wait a little bit longer before Guardians 3 starts shooting.
Oh, why's that?
Batista's back in the WWE.
Ah. Was he pretty good in the... Was he one of the top guys on there?
Yeah, former world champion. Yeah.
Sweet. Anyways, I'm sure we tortured Frank enough here. You gotta go.
Yeah, you gotta go. Okay,
You gotta go,
bye.
Bitch.
Go.
You ain't... No, you gotta go home. You gotta get out of here. You better go home, too.
I am home.
Well, then you go to bed, Frank.
No,
Can't stay up. No.
I'm gonna. Boobs.
Bubs. BEWBZ.
Firing squad, bitches.